Hello and welcome back to the Master League. This is episode 2 of the Wigan Athletic original Master League lineup save, and we've signed a new striker and we've been asked if we're going to use him, and yeah, I think I might use him. Or Roberto Carlos might use him. Anyway, if we want to win from the get-go, team chemistry is going to be a big factor. He may be a newcomer, but I fully expect him to play an important role in our game plan, and I think that is a crucial thing to say. And today we're facing off against Cardiff, which is an interesting lineup. We are in the midst of the transfer window and have a lot of negotiations ongoing as well. And we sort of want all of these people. The negotiations are broken down. However, Nicholas, the one we wanted, I'm just going to pay it. And we'll get him in on loan, which is unbelievably good business. And he becomes our third signing of the summer, which is great. And hopefully he's in time for this match. But I don't know if he will be. We might have to keep our crappy goalkeeper in. And there he is, Roberto Carlos, giving us Cardiff City are a tough side, but that's no reason to fear them. The supporters will be giving it their all out there today, so let's do the same, which is fantastic chat from Roberto Carlos. And he speaks very, very good English, and he's clapping them along. It's our first time appearing before the home crowd this season, so whatever you do, make this match worthy of the fans. And remember, make them play at our pace. Keep your brains, keep your thoughts, keep doing what we need to do. Let's go, boys, come on. I mean, I don't think I've actually selected my starting 11 yet, but that's fine. So they've got some big names: Bamba, Mendes, Lang, Murphy, Hoylett, Bakuna, Smithies, Morrison. They've got a really good team. We've got Wamang Gituka, who is a name I'm going to struggle to say, but luckily our goalkeeper is up for the game and everyone else seems to be doing okay. We've got Grenville really up for it, but Heady is our captain. Do we get any better chemistry if anyone else is captain? I don't think it looks like we're going to, so we will keep it as Heady. We'll just try our cast note. We'll keep it as Heady, I think that would be. So he's up for it. Gesa, our backup goalkeeper, is also up for it. And we've got Ligodia up for it. Nah, I think we just need to sort our bench out now. So Mihajlov is going to go on the bench. Vrani. No, we're going to start Rice because Vrani might be leaving the club. Definitely don't need 2 left backs on the bench. So we can take the weaker one off. Don't need 2 centre backs either. You're up for it, so Kandemir can come off the bench and be replaced by maybe Grenville on the bench. And then do we take? I'm going to swap Vrani because he might be leaving the club for an attacking midfielder. We do have a bit of versatility in the team. But this is how we're going to be lining up for the first game against Cardiff. I'm quite excited about it. So captain, yeah, I think that's fine. Long free kick taker, Vasil from the back. Short free kick taker, we'll give him to Casteldean. Free kick taker 2, we'll just give it to Rice. I never use that one anyway. Corner taker, Casteldean. Right corner taker, Casteldean, and penalty taker. Centre back, love a good centre back as a penalty taker. Players to join the attack: Ericsson, and we'll send up Gyorza as well. We'll go from there, and we're going to be playing possession style, short passing, wide in the attacking areas, flexible position in frontline pressure, containment areas, and we haven't got. We've put on. I think the only one I was going to put on was yep. Don't care about any of that. Attack 1, we're going to have centering targets so that people try and the likes of Casteldean and Rice try and bust the gut to get into the box. But let's see how we get on. So yeah, we'll play in our blue home kit. They can be in their white away kit, which makes sense. And here we go for the first game of the Master League series. Wigan versus Cardiff. It's going to be a big game. Wigan once in the height of the Premier League. Cardiff just relegated from the riches of the Premier League. And let's see how we get on in the game. It's going to be a good one. So at the DW Stadium then, Roberto Carlos is going to have his first game in charge of Wigan Athletic. It's a home tie for Wigan, and it's going to be very, very tense in front of these fans, expectant fans. When you get a name like Roberto Carlos in charge of your team, you're going to be expecting Brazilian flair football, and you're going to be expecting free kicks galore. On the training ground, they've been working hard. 4 new signings are going to be joining the club. 3 of them are in the team for today. One on the bench in Douglas Baggio, sorry. One starting up front, and the new striker who'll be looking to hit the ground running. And as the game gets underway at the DW, it's underway, and it's going to be intense. And Wigan start the ball in a little patient approach. We know that Roberto Carlos has been asking them to play pretty sensible, not take too many risks, keep the ball. It's a relatively new team. They've all got to learn how each other plays and who's going to be the playmaker, who's going to be the battling midfielders and things like that. It's all going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. And there's a foot on the ball from the Cardiff City player there. And here come Wigan straight away on the attack, and that's a great ball through, and it's Arcas. He crosses it in. He probably should have had a shot, but the goalkeeper spilled it, and it's in, and Wigan have got the lead, and there's a 1-0 lead. I think it's Rice. It is. Justin Rice gets the goal, and I'll probably be changing his name throughout the series. But Roberto Carlos off to a flying start as Wigan manager. 5 minutes into the game, Arcas here should have probably shot, dinked the cross goal. And there was a mix-up at the back, terrible goalkeeping from Smithies, and Rice was on hand to put it in a pretty much empty net, and that has got the DW Stadium rocking as Arcas' cross came in as a really poor header. The goalkeeper tried to pounce on it, tackled by his own defender, and Rice pounced on Smithies' mistake, and that is 1-0. Wigan Athletic, what a start to this season for Wigan. New manager, a bunch of new faces at the club, and that will make Mr. Chairman very, very happy. He's still nameless, he still needs a name, but he will get one eventually as they try and spread the play, and it's very well intercepted there from the Wigan defender. Up to Pallister, who starts on the right wing position. Into Rice, the goal scorer, flicks it on once more to Castledine. He sensibly just keeps the ball and goes back to Gurza. Up to Arcas. Arcas is a bit of a flair player from what we've heard. Likes to keep the ball at his feet and go for a bit of a dribble, take a man on. And we're yet to see the new striker really make an effort here. Put a good ball through into Arcas earlier on for the chance as the ball's played through. And here is the big striker. He tried to get a shot off. And is it going to be kept in play? It's just about in play. But Wigan do win the corner as it's played off the defender and goes behind. But yeah, the striker looked eager here to get a shot off on goal. Maybe rushed it a little bit. It was a good block at the back. And then a corner given away by the left back. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this unfolds. Now, they do have height in there, this Wigan team. They do have height, and it's going to be Castledine to fire in the corner. A little bit too close to Smithies, who gets a good punch on it. And then the clearance is complete by Glatzel. And Vaselj picks it up, the centre-back, who we've heard has been having a bit of free kick practice with Roberto Carlos in training. He likes to hit a free kick as the tall centre-back. But here is Murphy out to Patterson on the right-hand side for Cardiff. Cardiff come with a lovely bit of skill from Patterson. He gets it back, plays a good 1-2 with Mendes Lang. But that's a lovely foot in from Vasil again. And Haytich, captain for Wigan, picks the ball up. Managed to spread it up the front. And then it goes wide to Pallister. And now Wigan are going to try and get men in there. Good feet from Pallister, but showed a little bit too much of the ball to Bennett, who then gets the clearance away. And Haytich is now going to try and track back and organise this, make sure the defence can keep their shape. But there's a ball over the top. It's covered well and laid back to Melikov, the goalkeeper, who is rumoured Roberto Carlos isn't happy with, and is going to try and possibly be replaced. They've gone for an audacious loan bid for Udinese's backup goalkeeper. So it'll be very interesting to see if that comes off. But here come Wigan again. They've not short of a bit of attacking flair, this Wigan team, as it's laid in to Wamagutaka's feet. And he goes out to the right-hand side to Pallister, who's just had to stand up. He sort of squares up to his man and it gets back. Ball comes in, looking for the show. Smithies isn't dealing with these balls in with much confidence. He's sort of, made that error for the goal, flapped at another one and then flapped at that one as well. And Cardiff look to maybe just gain a bit of possession here. Bennett goes long with the ball, and that's a poor first touch there. And Haytich is on it straight away, and I don't think Roberto Carlos could have asked more from his team in this first half an hour. 1-0 up inside 5 minutes, and then just very easily controlling the play when they get the ball. Lots of nice possession football, a very good start. And I'm sure the Wigan fans will be absolutely delighted with the sort of football they're seeing, and the impact that it seems Roberto Carlos has had early doors as well. As it goes up to Arcas again, he seems to be involved with everything. Castledine picks it up. It's flicked out wide again to Pallister. Pallister looks to dink it in towards the new striker. He can't get his head on it. It's a great defensive header to put that over the bar. And that should be a corner to Wigan, and is. And Castledine will be over it again. And looks like they're working on something from the training ground here. Castledine Looks to fire this one across goal. It does go in, but it's cleared at the near post. However, it falls. Then it's going to come out to Rice. He takes a shot on the half volley. That's blocked as well, and Seifert will pick this up. Back to Castledine. Looks to play it down the line, and the defence couldn't get it away. This Cardiff team really can't handle Wigan's attacks here. Nice back heel into the path of Castledine. Pallister. Up it goes into Wamagutka. Wamagutka tries to turn, but is just crowded out of it, and Smithies just clears it away. And there's 10 minutes to half time, and it has been all Wigan Athletic at the moment. That's a good ball into Pallister. Pallister tries to feed it through again to the striker. He hasn't had too much time to practice working with his teammate Wamagutka, and it's sort of showing. He's making some good runs, but it's just not being picked up as you would expect, and you imagine after a couple of weeks of training together that will become a bit more prevalent. But here is Cardiff looking for an equaliser, but robbed really well by Vasil, who's had a good game back there. It's laid off into the path of Arkas. It goes up to Wamagutka. Wamagutka again just runs into a little bit of trouble, trying to do a bit too much, holding the ball up there on his own. But that's a very good tackle from Rice, who's having a storming game, getting a goal and really dominating the midfield in this championship game. Rice picks it up, going to go into Wamagutka, couldn't just use his strength to get past Sol Bamba. As he's going to be up against it against Bamba, an experienced defender in this team for Cardiff. Brings a lot of experience to the Cardiff back line and scored a good number of goals in the Premier League for Cardiff as well, as he used to come up for a lot of set pieces. But Castledine picks it up, but there is half time, and it is Rice's goal after 6 minutes, which separates the teams. And the DW Stadium will be absolutely delighted with that, not even giving Cardiff a shot on goal. And Neil Warnock will be absolutely fuming. Roberto Carlos, on the other hand, will be absolutely delighted. So no changes at half time for either team, and the second half gets underway with Cardiff in their white kit, kicking from left to right here at Wigan. That's a terrible pass, which Goiza can just let that run out of play. It's gone a bit deeper than he probably would have liked, but they've probably got a plan for set pieces from this sort of position, and Cardiff aren't really pushing up high to stop Wigan playing out from the back, which is something we know Roberto Carlos wants his team to do, and he will be delighted with how they've kept possession of the ball in this game so far. And he knows early points on the board is what's needed in this team, as Castledine picks up the ball, just waiting for some runners. Looks to go out towards Arkas, who takes a touch and again shows a bit too much of it to the fullback, and Hoylett plays it into Patterson. It goes over to the left hand side for Cardiff to Murphy. Murphy looks to take a touch, he's put under pressure but holds the ball well. Into Patterson again. Looks again, they keep looking for that crossfield diagonal ball over the top, but every time it's been read by the Wigan defence, and especially Goyaza at left back, who is a tall player for a left back. That's a good flick infield from Arkas, and Castledine's asking Wagamatuka to get in there, and he just couldn't get in. And eventually, I think commentator's curse is going to call him Wagamamas, but that's just because I always forget his name. And here is Junior Hoylett showing his fancy footwork, put under pressure from Goyaza. Back to Patterson. Patterson infield to Mendes Lang, who his last game in the Premier League got him a goal against Man United at Old Trafford, as that's picked up nicely by Rice. Out it goes to Pallister. Goes up to Wagamatuka. Into Arkas. Arkas goes for a 1-2, but there's just delay on the pass from Castledine. They just could not get that ball through, and that could have been trouble for Cardiff. On the hour mark, it's still 1-0, but Murphy really using his pace. Looks to get behind it, dodges past the slide tackle to try and block the cross, but then across comes Hitech and makes a great tackle, and he fires a good ball up to the striker as well, as getting a bit more involved in the build-up play in this second half as the spaces start to open up, as Arkas makes a run. He's been foot through really well by Rice. Arkas is in. This time he gets his shot off, but it's really poor. Doesn't even trouble Smithies in goal. And Arkas will be kicking himself, and Carlos will be unhappy that that chance went begging. It's a lovely through ball from Rice. Arkas saw the pressuring defenders, didn't connect with his shot properly, and that remains 1-0 to Wigan. And as you can see, Hitech there with the most passes, 13 attempted and 13 completed. So a very good game for Wigan's captain today. He could be on for man of the match, you never really know. As Arkas just keeps the ball very sensibly back to Vasilij as they build it around the back four. Into Rice, up to Castledine. Castledine again just laying it back. Not a lot of Cardiff pressure happening here, so we're going to have time to pass the ball around. With Castledean's just waiting for a run, but Patterson comes in and wins the ball off him quite easily. You can see some tired legs in this Wigan team starting to form. Not too much fitness work has happened back at base, and Roberto Carlos will be looking at that and be noting down who's looking tired and who probably will need to come off and be the first substitute of his reign in the Wigan team. That's another great tackle from Eriksson, a really heavy touch, but managed to keep it in control and gives it to Rice, the goal scorer. Up it goes to Wagmatuka. Out it goes to Pallister. Again, a bit of a heavy touch, but he's got movement inside. Wagmatuka takes a touch and then a really heavy pass. And that's going to be a very easy throw-in for Cardiff as we look for substitutes to start. And we'll leave it there. We'll go into the proper game plan and have a look, I think, at players and who can play where for utility wise. Because I think Arcas might have to come off. Castledean is a little bit tired. We're going to do Arcas for Douglas Baggio. Is going to come on, a young Brazilian signed in this window, and he's going to get a chance to show what he's got on loan from the Brazilian Capastrio A, which I'm pretty sure I've butchered that name, so apologies. But yeah, on loan at Wigan. A bit of Brazilian flair. Roberto Carlos using his Brazilian links to bring in a youngster called Douglas Baggio, and let's see what he's got about him. And he's just holding his position, not going to pressure the ball. He leaves that to Wagmatuka, and now Pallister is asked to go and press, but just going to let Cardiff have the ball, it looks like, Wigan here, as they try that long diagonal again, and it actually is won by the Cardiff player, but he couldn't head it back to Hoylett, and it goes out of play. And Mendes Lang is going to be replaced by Joe Rules in midfield, and you'd think that is a very good attacking substitution there from Cardiff, as Vasil picks up the throw. And with about 15 minutes to go, just under 15 minutes to go, Wigan are controlling this game. It goes to Vasil again, back to Goyaza, who's had a very good game at left back, into Baggio, flicks it round the corner, up it goes, and that's a very good 1-2. And is Castledean going to get on this? It's good tracking back from the Cardiff left back, and he's actually defended that really well. And here is Baggio again, just trying to hold it, lays a sensible pass back to Goyaza, gets that onto his left foot for the cross. There's the overhead kick from Wagmatuka, and it's just over the bar. Very athletic, a very good effort there. And that is Wigan and Roberto Carlos in a nutshell. Very good play from Douglas Baggio. Laid it back. Great cross in just behind Wagmatuka. And he has a great effort with the overhead kick. But it's still 1-0 and time is running out for Cardiff. Is Roberto Carlos going to get the fantastic start to the reign of his managerial reign at the DW Stadium? If you're a Wigan fan, you hope so. If you're a Cardiff fan, you're hoping your team has one last push, and you hope that Neil Warnock has instilled in you determination to go towards the end. But we know this Wigan team are going to be fighting hard for this win. They really want. That's a late challenge. Referee plays a good advantage, and it goes to Wagmatuka. He just holds the ball up really well, looking for a run of Baggio, but didn't quite make that. The ball will stay in, and Baggio just looks to tease some Cardiff defenders in, lays it back very well to Gyoza. Gyoza into Haytich, who's been, like I said earlier, running that midfield really well as Castledean picks up the ball. He's robbed by Ward as it goes up, goes up to Ward, robbed by Patterson. And Ward, when there's 2 minutes left, that would have got boos from your own fans going back that far back that quickly, as Gyoza puts in a tackle again, and he's got to track Hoylett. Hoylett's going to have the pace in him. Gyoza trying to get back, and Hoylett is fouled, I think, by Gyoza. Yes, he is. And we'll use that time to make some more subs, as fitness is going to be an issue. So Castledean will come off to replace a straight swap for Redmond, and we're going to go for height of Mihailov as Wagmatuka. His debut looks like it's going to come to an end as Cardiff don't get the chance to take this quickly into the final minute of the game. And a few, well, not defensive substitutions, like for like substitutions from Carlos. He's not confident in just shutting up shop and messing around with it here. Wigan on their own half, or in their own area, sorry. And Gyoza just gets his foot through it. And there is the full-time whistle. A fantastic start to the season for Wigan Athletic and Roberto Carlos. A 1-0 win over recently relegated Cardiff. And you really can't ask for more than that with a new manager and a new squad. And people thought this squad would struggle, but is this a sign of things to come? Who knows? The goal came from a massive mix-up in defence. Rice pounced, but you have to say that Wigan Athletic at home at the DW look like they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, because they didn't really give Cardiff a sniff in this, and there's probably more reinforcements to come that are going to make them even stronger, as we see that goal again. Rice pouncing on it and sticking it away. And the new boy up front, Wagamatuka, as we just see a shot here that he had, and his fantastic overhead kick effort was really well taken as well. He looks like he's going to be a bit of a force leading the line for Wigan this year. But thank you for watching. We'll be back for the next game. And now, it's back to the studio. So going round the scores from across the country in the Championship. Wigan at home at the DW. Roberto Carlos' first game in charge. A good 1-0 win against recently relegated Cardiff. Charlton Athletic, who are interested in Wigan central midfielder Vrani, losing 4-2 at home to Brentford. Hull City losing 1-0 at home to Sheffield Wednesday. Stoke City also going 1-0 down at home to Preston North End. Blackburn Rovers getting a win for the home side 2-0 against Millwall. Nottingham Forest and Fulham played out a 0-0 draw. Middlesbrough surprising loss to Luton Town 1-0. Birmingham City beat Reading 1-0. Leeds United get off to a losing start in the Championship season, losing to West Bromwich Albion. Swansea City lose at home 2-0 to Queen's Park Rangers. Bristol City have an emphatic 4-1 win against Barnsley, and Derby County and Huddersfield Town draw 2-2, and that is all your results for the Championship season, and it leaves the table with Bristol City, Brentford, Blackburn, Queen's Park Rangers, Wigan, Birmingham, Sheffield Wednesday, West Brom, Preston and Luton all on 3 points. Bristol City currently have the lead on goal difference, scoring one more goal than Brentford Town. All in all, a very good start to the Championship, and the next game up for Wigan, we'll find out, but we've got a few more transfers to do. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed how I'm going to be doing this series. It'll be like that, so the commentator will be a sort of third person, and this is our new signing. This is our new goalkeeper joining the club, which is very, very nice to see. And Mr. Chairman again is there with Mr. Sporting Director or Mr. PR Man. I don't really know what his job is, but yeah, very good to see these guys here. Very good to have them on board in the club as well, and good to see Roberto Carlos chatting away with his new signing, and always good to have new signings on board. So very nice. And here he is again, first out. A shout out to all you Wigan Athletic supporters out there. Thank you. I'm very grateful for getting the chance to come here and play. See everybody at the grounds on match day, and that's just what you want to hear from your new signings, which is absolutely brilliant. I think that is the goalkeeper from Udinese. League opener, chapter 2. There he is, Mr. Chairman. That opening match win has sent the press that followed the team around into a frenzy. Let's not lose this momentum and get a win next time around. That's the goal. We're not going to let up now. I mean, that is possibly one of the worst meetings I think I've ever had. Obviously, you've just won. Obviously, you're going to be really, really happy. But yeah, very good. Scraping a victory over Cardiff, which is very, very good. Greeted with universal praise from the press. Let's go and have a look in our manager's office. Charlton have responded with a counter offer to the bid. They're open to letting him go, but they're looking to get a sweet deal on we're offering. Well, we're letting him go, not them. So let's have a look then at the negotiations. We do have some coming in as well. So Vrani, that's not what I asked for, is it? You're going to have to pay his release fee, as we've already discussed, which is there. So that's what you got to pay, Charlton. If you want him, that's what you've got to pay. So other team negotiations then. Nicholas joins. What a goalkeeper signing this is. Very happy with this. On loan from Udinese to the Championship. That is one hell of a coup. We'll end that episode there. We'll be back next time for a bit more transfers. And then we've got high-flying Brentford. Second place Brentford after that great win, 4-2. They won their first game. And yeah, we'll be back for that game against Brentford. And we'll see you then. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you're enjoying it. Please subscribe if you're new and you want to see more Master League on the channel. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.